Now for poached eggs. I know I mentioned French omelets are my favorite way to cook and eat eggs, but poached eggs have to be a very, very close second. You've probably seen many different ways to do poached eggs online, especially lately for some reason. People are challenging the traditional way of making poached eggs, and that's okay. But a lot of it's really time consuming and unnecessary. I take my 3-quart saucier, fill that up just about 3/4 of the way, and this is for cooking 2 to 4 of them. And now we're gonna set that to boil. And once it starts to boil, we're gonna crank it down until the water just starts to slowly bubble on the bottom or shimmer a little bit, okay? We don't want a rolling boil for poached eggs. That's gonna bounce your eggs all around, and that's when you're gonna really get those white stringies flying through the water, and it gets kinda nasty to look at while you're cooking them. Once your water begins to settle, now we're gonna add a nice big pinch of salt, and it's up to you if you want to add about a tablespoon of vinegar at this point. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. The vinegar will help the egg whites set a little bit easier, but it's not necessary. And I've also seen people put their eggs in a 1-to-1 mixture of vinegar and water before they put them in the boiling water, because the vinegar will help set those eggs and slightly cook them. But I really don't like the aftertaste that gives. And yes, it does give an aftertaste. Cook them the other way and put them side by side and taste them, you'll notice an aftertaste. So if you don't like that vinegar aftertaste, I wouldn't recommend that. And I honestly don't think it's necessary. If you want to make it even easier on yourself, you could take a fine mesh strainer. I like this little one because I can do 1 egg at a time in it. And then you just let the super runny white parts just run out and into a ramekin, and then you can just discard that if you like. Sometimes I'll do that, but once those eggs are in the water, I like to cook them for about 3 minutes. And 3 minutes is the doneness that I like. I think that's probably the minimum of doneness for most people. Some people will like them a little bit longer, so I would recommend trying them at 3 minutes and then trying them at 4 minutes, see what you like best. But at 3 minutes, for me, what that ends up being is a nice set white outer part, and then when I cut into it, a beautiful runny egg on the inside. That is just awesome. It tastes so good. It's very delicate. Again, I finished with flake salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil. If I'm eating poached eggs, I'm usually always eating them with smoked salmon and avocado and capers. Oh man, that combination of foods is just ideal for me. I love it. And this video is sponsored by Heritage Steel Cookware, and I thank them for that. They have supplied me with some of the cookware in this video, and their cookware is stellar. Whether you go with the Eater line, which is a little bit more on affordable line of things, or the higher end titanium line, which is still very affordable. It's all made in the United States, and it's a family-owned company, and their cookware is phenomenal. You can't go wrong. You can save 10% on all Heritage Steel cookware using code BEERGR. Thank you, Heritage Steel, for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to see another way of making eggs, let me know in the comments below. But for now, if you want to learn more about Heritage Steel and why I chose them, watch this video right here.